It is time to make the noise to summon the stream. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Quill Quickcard, and welcome back to Mindustry, where today we are going to be heading into the Windswept Islands. Made sure that I had enough stuff, from my core to head here. So let's max out and head on in. Okay, first things first, let's evaluate the situation. We've got copper, lead, sand, coal, titanium scrap, and water. We've got a very sizable island contingents. We've got oil extractor, scrap walls, liquid tanks, plastanium compressor. Okay, that's new. Some scrap walls over here. I usually capture the biomass thingy first, but it's just you. I mean, I've captured the biomass synthesis facility. That's already done. Let's see. Okay. So maneuvering things around is definitely going to be a challenge. It also really depends where I'm going to be attacked from. So let's go ahead and scout that out real quick, and then I'll get my infrastructure going. It may just be worth it to wait. Have you the V8 beta yet? I don't know. I just got whatever Steam gives me. Okay. So that's the point, which is going to be a challenge. Let him choose between V7 and V8 beta. Nah, don't do beta. I literally wouldn't know how to switch between them. So we got what we got. Probably we want to get a naval factory going. Why can you build a naval factory on land? Let's actually take a look here. So what I can build is a reso for silicone and metaglass. Metaglass comes from the kiln, which takes lead and sand. Okay. And then we also have access to the additive and the multiplicative reconstructors. So as far as the Risso goes, we could build birds. That could be practical. Okay. So if we can't go for the multiplicative reconstructor because we're not going to have access to thorium. But we could go additive. So that would be silicone and graphite, which I can do easily enough. Let's play around with it and see what we can do. Have some payloads run into the additive reconstructor and have them deposit into the water. Yes, War General, you really, really want me to start making monos, don't you? Wait, where the hell am I? I am like... Okay, I'm still on the primary island. That's fine. Yeah, you always want me to build monos. Okay, fine. We're going to have monos built over here. Hello, MimeMS. Welcome to the stream. So we've got the flares. So we want to be building the monos, but we don't really need to upgrade them. So it's going to be silicone and lead. So Mindustry, is it V7 or V8? I could not tell you. I literally do not know. In fact, let's just find out. It is Steam Build 146. That is as much information as I am aware of. Now, let's get this rolling. Bit of copper to start out. I recommend to V8 beta after finishing the game. I can teach you how, but that's for later. Okay? What will that accomplish for me? What will that add to my experience at this time? I genuinely don't know. That one completely cuts off that one. Okay, all the lead is accessible with that construction. We can also get some titanium going. That's good enough. War General, you can think about it less as genuine curiosity and more of me enjoying the opportunity to try and encourage people to constantly improve their communication skills. I enjoy that opportunity. Alright, so we're going to have a lead line here. We're going to have some titanium output here. We're going to have lead output here. Like last stream, eh? I don't entirely know how you mean that. I don't have enough experience with this game to be able to draw meaningful conclusions based on what most people say about it. We really don't need to worry about units right now. Potentially, though, we can put out... where are the unloaders? Unloaders require titanium. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do then is prioritize getting titanium into the core. Let's go around the copper. And then the lead line can go that way. That's fine. Let's just get some basic stuff going first. Mostly we really want that titanium. We're also going to need a lot of silicone production. So even more coal. And that gives us 2 feed lines. Okay, not there. Not there. This is going to provide a ton of sand. And we can build out a couple of the easy silicone units. Yeah, that should work. To start, though, we're just going to have to use regular conveyors instead of titanium, so I can get these built quickly. So we want the sand line running in here, and we want the coal line running in here. Okay, cool. Yep, get all that built. Go quick. Okay. So we've got at least some stuff put out. So the reso again required silicone and metaglass. Okay. To increase throughput without titanium, you can use bridges, but it can get messy. I think I'll be okay. Titanium is going to start getting built in before too long. What I really need to do right now is get some power going. So, steam generators. We need water and coal. So we can definitely get some steam generators set up here. Let's just get a couple of those built. Each steam generator requires 6 water per second. So between the two of them, they need 7 or 12. So 2 mechanical pumps will be sufficient for starting. That'll be fine. And we've got enough metaglass to get started. We'll just route the liquid. Simple enough. You can just put the Tier 2 update factory in front of the first factory. Boats move faster in deep water. And then a bunch of coal. So there we go. This is going to be the dedicated power production line. How much coal will they use for the sake of their production? Doesn't quite say, but that's probably going to be enough. And throw out a power node. 1 every 1.5. Got it. Thank you. And if we can save up 30 titanium, we can get a Lancer built. And that should cover the first couple of waves, probably. Might be wrong, but isn't this too close to enemy spawn? Probably. Okay. They are now outputting stuff. That is good. Build a Lancer here. Another power node. And by the time that's ready, we're going to be able to build a large battery. Oh, no, we're not, because we don't have the silicone yet. Right. Put the router next to the steam generator, and it still puts the stuff. Oh. Okay, yeah. It helps if this stuff is actually going into the feed lines. Perfect. So now let's put a couple of overflow gates. Just so we can have the excess start feeding off. The sand. You're going to have to give me more context than saying the sand. Oh, you're right. My sand line. It isn't complete. Thank you. Where this look, here is the deal for how today's stream is going to work. And basically any time I ever stream Mindustry. I basically don't know what I'm doing. You fine folks do, in fact, have a much better idea of how to play this game and what I need to be doing. So my only hope, and by extension your only hope for entertainment, is to communicate clearly to me what I need to do. So this is less... Oh, right. It helps if I actually power these things. I wondered why silicone wasn't happening. So yeah, this stream is honestly less about my ability to play this game and more about the ability of my viewers to communicate how to play this game. Why you put the generator so far away? Because I am a deeply troubled person and, you know, sometimes just terrible, horrible accidents happen in the world. And one of those terrible, horrible accidents that can happen in the world is the way I play this game. You know, it's a real tragedy. But I think, You know, if we all work together, if we are patient with each other, and if we don't spend too much time being upset, we might eventually actually be able to beat this. Cole can't really comprehend that, so we just have to play his way. Oh, absolutely. No. Okay. I'm actually going to stop here real quick. I'm actually going to give my full opinion on this. When I play Mindustry, I want as much backseating as possible. Okay? I want you to backseat the hell out of me. I want you to backseat me so well that I never make a single conscious decision about where anything goes or what it does. However, in order to do that, you are going to have to communicate clearly, precisely, and thoroughly. And that is where this is the real challenge for the viewers. I will act out instructions that I receive, that I understand, and believe that I can act on. But I need very precise instructions to follow. You'll need a scatter turret ASAP. Ah, yes. Yes, I will. Okay, could you not, please? Thank you. Damn it. What a jerk. Alright, fair enough. Then the scatter... We're going to build my basic scatter defense. Going to need lead to use it. So let's get the... Wait, scatters are lead, right? Yeah, lead is fine. It's just basic ammo that we need. Put the Scorch near water, but still leave a small way for the boat units to go through. I believe we should just be a smart wiki that answers questions. So at least you have info, but be able to build up on your own. If you believe that is sufficient, then by all means go ahead and do that. Okay, I can build across the water here. That's fine. Got it. All right, scatter is the priority. Sweet. All right, lead lines are active. Menders are active. Right, we still don't actually have any silicone reaching my core. Okay. So we're going to put an overflow gate here. Or, no. We're going to put that into here. We're going to run an overflow gate here. And then you are going to go all the way around. Because that's what efficiency looks like. You want to make sure the whole steam generator... yeah, you don't want to make the whole steam generator catch on fire. Tier 2 Reconstructor also needs silicone. Thank you. We will set a router here and put it in the side. It's incredibly inefficient, but that's about all I can do right now. We also need metaglass. And then silicone and graphite. Metaglass should not be a problem. We are going to also want our third steam generator up there when it's able to put it in. Right. Where's the unloader? Okay, the unloader requires silicone. Got it. Okay, so as soon as these things are loaded up on silicone, just give me the silicone for now. We've got enough titanium that it is time to upgrade the feed lines. Very nice. That line really doesn't need to be upgraded. The sand lines do, however. And upgrade the output lines. There we go. This is easily going to chew through all of my titanium. But that's okay. This will be painfully. Yes. Yes, it will. If he's good at the game, I won't watch it. Alright. Cool. And, oh. Yes. This line needs to be upgraded. The overflow output needs to be upgraded. It's getting over it, but YouTube version. I was not a fan of getting over it with Bennett Foddy. It's not the sort of thing I find enjoyable. Okay. Silicon is flowing. Good. Oh yeah, there's literally stuff I can fix. Cool. There we go. Much better. Alright. So now I've actually got some stuff flowing into the core. So it's okay to put out that overflow gate. You forgot the junction. I made the silicon conveyor go over the titanium one. Where exactly? Ah, yes. Thank you. Okay, good. The next priority. I need some storage. By the way, need water for steam generators. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the water going into them. Actually, I do need a third mechanical pump for this. There we go. Okay. That's fine. This one is not connected to the power network. So the next thing I want to do is get some kilns set up. So they need lead and sand. So I can set that up over here easily enough. There we go. And upgrade the ammo line, because you never know when you're going to need ammo or how quickly. Or rather, you always know exactly when you're going to need ammo. And we'll put an overflow gate here. And that is going to run into... let's see. The easy kiln design, which we are going to place right here. And output the lead into the top. Output this into here. The bottom two of your silicon smelters are not powered. Thank you for alerting me to that. That certainly would explain slow silicone production. All right. Oh. There we go. Half of those were not upgraded lines. Okay, so that gives me a metaglass feed. So we can run this all the way down here. Get more titanium drills. I will work on that. It's the additive reconstructor. No, it's the naval factory that requires metaglass. Okay. Fair enough. And yes, we do also need more titanium. Pump water to your titanium drill and replace the slow conveyor from the titanium drill to the Titan one. I will add it to the to-do list. And honestly, you can just use the metaglass line. No one's worried about that. So at this point, it's going to be a matter of how quickly can we get the titanium into the core. Don't use the metaglass line. Don't worry, I'll run a sorter off of it. Guys, I promise you, it's fine. It's like you don't trust me or something. Okay, so the sorter, we're only letting metaglass through. And then output to here. But I will also run an overflow gate here. So any extra metaglass that comes through will also feed onto this line. which means I need to move this. Okay. Cool. All right. Big priority is the titanium feed line. Good. Now we're rolling. I'm someone who only classifies every item to its own conveyor line. I do not have the interest to make it run that efficiently. Okay. Dude, go down. Thank you. Okay, core is under attack. Ah. Dude, could you stop? Where the hell did that one attack from? Hello, Light. Stop the boat. Well, trying. Yes, it's naval. I assumed that my Lancer would be able to intercept. That's why I built the Lancer so close to the spawn up there. Clearly, I was incorrect. It happens. Yeah, we're just gonna have to... Dude, just build a basic line so the damn thing can feed in, please. Come on. Why are you so low on copper? Because among my many priorities, copper has not yet hit the top of the list. Because he refused to make monos. Again, because it has not yet hit the top of my to-do list. Actually, you know what would be really entertaining? If I played Mindustry, but every time I was given a new suggestion by chat, immediately abandon all of my other activities and only do that one thing. Okay. Let's build a few more Lancers up here. There we go. Yes, yes. We're waiting on the titanium. It's fine. Put batteries or the Lancers will drain all your power. I already have one large battery. One large battery should be enough to maintain the Lancers for a little bit. It's actually a very curious phenomenon, but I am unfortunately not able to perform every activity necessary simultaneously. It's really quite strange, isn't it? Okay, now the air factory needs copper and lead. Good. So here we have a lead line. Put or your Lancers will get destroyed soon. Alright, I will add that to my to-do list. Alright, put wall. You know what? I'm going to adopt that strategy now. All of my other activities are now going to be abandoned until I complete the last instruction I was given by chat. I will now place wall. Okay, I'm still placing wall. Let me know when to stop building wall. You can stop. That's probably a good thing, because I think I have to blow this up pretty quickly. Go help core. Alright, that's my next instruction. Okay, I stopped it. I'll just go back to whatever I was doing before. I think it was this. Until I get my next instruction. Unfortunately, I respawn too, so I'm not even sure what construction products I had things. Can you just put defense next to the core? Alright, I have received my next instruction. We are now going to put defenses by the core. So, I'll just... what are good? I mean, I've got more Lancers. Right. Also need to do that. And going to have to feed them up to the power center. There we go. Alright. I am placing defenses next to the core. Let me know when you have another instruction. Maybe some more Lancers just to be safe. His defense near the enemy spawn has been easily breached by the naval units 2 times now, bruv. That is true. Unfortunately, it is not the next direction. Wall around the Lancers, please and thank you. Okay. After these Lancers, take care of monos in the east. Oh, I'm sorry. There was another instruction immediately after that. After these Lancers, take care of monos in the east. We will not be doing that because instead, we will continue building walls around my defense. Honestly, that looks pretty fortified, so I guess I'm going to have to go up here and start building walls around these defenses. I don't even know how the defenses up here are holding. Do what you were doing earlier. I don't remember what I was doing earlier. I've been given too many directions. Okay. So, I'm seeing a slight problem with the current strategy. Building monos. Got it. Alright, we're gonna go build some monos. Stop shooting me! I'm trying to build monos. Yes, I blocked the original pathway. I was told to build walls. Okay, so the other thing it needs is... Let's see. Copper. Where can I... Ah, good. There's a convenient copper supply right here. We'll just get all that copper. Core under attack. Oh, I know. I just wasn't told to do anything about it. Oh, right. And I also need some power here. We'll just tie this in. Do. We actually need silicone. Okay. We actually need silicone. So, I mean, I'm getting as much overflow as I can. So, I mean, I could build another silicone system. I'm still running a significant power surplus, so that's good. Power the Reconstructor. Excellent, and a wonderful suggestion. Thank you. It does still need graphite. Right, unloader. Okay. So I'm going to build an unloader. Maybe I should be more specific. I'm going to build a graphite unloader. And the graphite unloader is going to go up here. And somehow feed into this thing. In theory. Okay. No. We are not doing that. Okay. That's fine. We're going like this. Perfect. Add sand to the other end of your silicon factories after you're done with graphite. Add sand to the other end of your silicon factories. Other end. Do you mean the output side? Or do you just mean build more input? I'm going to assume you mean more input. He means add a sand input to the other side of the zipper. You're going to have to define what a zipper is. Right. We've got monos. Why are you not building monos? You do not have power. Okay. You are not connected to the primary power network. There we go. Cool. Monos need power and silicone. Oh, it wasn't copper. What the hell was I looking at that needed copper? Well, screw it. Get rid of that. We need more silicone. Okay, so it's easy enough to get silicone. We just run an inverted sorter and have it go here. And you are going to distribute silicone, and you're also going to have an overflow gate so that when you are backed up on silicone, you can output onto the master feed line. And then the lead is going to have one, so that when you are done, you can output onto the titanium line. And we can also get some more titanium. And honestly, that can just output onto that line as well. Cool. You're a real problem, you know that? Please stop blowing up my stuff. Cool. We'll just build some lovely walls. Too complicated. Abandon all previous instruction. Focus on building monos. Understood. Alright. I am now completely focused on building monos. Let's see if we can help him. We win the final wave and win this pain. Oh, there is plenty of pain going around right now. Make a hole on the top wall you originally allowed to allow original pathfinding. See, that sounds like an excellent suggestion. There we go. And while we're at it, even though no one has told me to do it, yeah, we're gonna build another one of these. Cool. Put some arcs next to the top wall, okay? Putting arcs next to the top wall. Excellent. Add a mender for top wall after this. Can do. I appear to be out of copper. You're gonna face bombers, so remember the scatter. Got it. Remember that scatters exist. That is my next instruction. Unfortunately, that instruction came after the instruction for a mender, so I guess we're just not going to put a mender here. Cool. Alright, now, I have to remember the scatter. You meant build more, okay? Build more scatters. Use the coal near the top wall to make more power. Okay, more power. Got it. More power. Let's do 2 more steam generators. 2 more mechanical pumps. Actually, we can just make a completely separate line here. Very good. Run a router. There's no need to slow this down. We're going to be fine. And run a router. And run a router. Wow, that sounds real exciting. Okay. Add more pump. Change the conveyor and pump water into the drill to increase drilling speed. Got it. Add more pump. More pump. And we'll just... sure. We'll run a liquid container, which will also output to here. We can have a container here with some lines running off into drills, because why not? Alright, water has been routed into some of the drills. And also, one of the drills is not connected to the line. Thank you, you are correct. Alright. That looks pretty good. We are consistently gaining basically every resource except for graphite and sand. Add more production and defenses at your discretion. Have to ignore that because put walls around the generator and the coal drill. Got it. That is the next valid instruction, is to put walls around the generator and the coal drill. We'll just stick drills wherever they fit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I've actually had a very active chat today, and I did not have my chat window up. Okay, all jokes aside, all, you know, my faux annoyance with chat aside, all of that aside, I genuinely should have had that active. I'm just not used to doing streams where people are actually participating. You only need to protect it from the small flying unit. It's not okay, War General. I made a terrible, grievous error. Truly, I have failed as a content creator. Could there be any greater shame than to fail at a task that mediocre? It is a disgrace to my ancestors. Then again, most of what I do is a disgrace to my ancestors. They'll get over it. Sure. Let's run some pumps. Run that into a container. Sounds like a real cool fight going on up there. There we go. Increased titanium production. I should really focus on doing that down here as well. I do have that oil extractor. I also have this, like, giant copper line that I just never ended up connecting to anything. Cool. More pumps. And a liquid container with one running here, one running there, one running there, one running there. So we just need all these pumps going into the liquid container. Put more drill to drill lead to make the metaglass work better. Okay, more drill to drill lead. So the metaglass is being produced up here. So I need to make that more efficient. Where can I get more lead? Well, I can do a couple slightly less efficient spots here. This line is absolutely too stuffed. Whoops. So we're just going to run a router on that. And a giant monster of a feed line that goes all the way here, and then in here, and in here, and in here, and into the core. Cool. Oh yeah! I was building ships. This whole damn thing started when I wanted to build ships. And there's no graphite going in here. Why is there no graphite going in there? No, really, why is there no graphite going in there? Huh. There's one sand on the belt. Oh, god damn it, you're right. Oh my god, I could have had a navy, but one piece of sand went on the belt. Oh, no. Okay. Wow. Wow. That makes me sad. That makes me very sad. Hell yeah. Minkies. Let's go! Shift-click the factory and set rally near your defense line. Okay. Shift-click near my defense line. So we're going to shift-click to here. I tried to do that. I don't think it did anything. Okay. You said shift-click the factory. Okay, so that is now selected in command mode. And then shift right-click near the arcs. There, okay. That's how you set waypoints. You need a repair point to repair the unit after it loses HP, okay? We are building a repair point, I guess. We're just gonna put it here. Let's actually watch the attack for once. Not bad. I had repair points. We're doing fine. There's no need to worry at all. Okay, maybe we need the additive reconstructor to also say, send your units here. Boom. Perfect. Shift click the reconstructor, shift right click near the arcs. Got it. That has now been accomplished. Alright. Come on, my Navy. Let's get going. Yeah, they really aren't running enough lead up there. Power supplies are very favorable right now. So we can afford to build some more batteries. We're doing it? I'm so proud. Why is it that the more I play Mindustry right, the more I feel like I am an absolute abomination? I feel so little, like, agency over the quality of my production. Alright. Come on. We need more stuff on the line. And let's actually not build over the titanium. Because we can put more titanium on the line. Perfect. Your defense may drain all your power, so you need to build the actual defenses that use resources and no energy to deal with it. Don't listen to Marcus. Alright, the last valid instruction I was given was don't listen to Marcus. Marcus, if you have an order other than that, you are free to give it. Everyone is welcome here to contribute. Everyone has different playing styles, and not every play style is, you know, going to do things exactly the same, and that's fine. Do not build inside the drop zone, by the way. Alright. I'll remove my walls. I had more units before, didn't I? Feel free to add menders if it seems necessary. Alright. Sounds like a plan. We could also build some more repair points. Not bad. The 5 Minkies you selected were not directed to land, so they were directed to land, so they're not moving. Oh, God. Alright. Let's go find them. Come on, guys. Don't be so ridiculously obtuse. Just go over here. And I am now realizing it might be better to build my repair points, like, you know, on the water. We're running a very significant power surplus. Alright, my Navy has arrived. So these guys can only deal with ground units. So we're going to put them all right here. Put 2 more batteries on it. Battery, battery. Also, even though no one has requested it, we're going to build another scatter line. Sector 173 is under attack. I swear to God, Sector 173 exists entirely to piss me off. About to have a bad day there. Perfect. Honestly, this is going perfectly fine. Unit construction is going very well. Oh god, the copper line never went... Okay. We're running overflows, so we are at a sufficient amount of pretty much everything. And we are up to 13 out of 16, soon to be 14 out of 16 on our ships. On your lead line for scatter, put a vault to store some resources, just in case. Is that a thing I can do? Huh. I never actually thought about that. Good suggestion. Will it output automatically, or do I need an unloader? No, I do need an unloader. Okay. And you will output lead. Perfect. I'd never really thought about doing that, but you are absolutely right. That is a fantastic way to handle things. Okay, these are not getting lead. Oh, they're not getting lead because I'm not having any overflow because we are... Yeah, we're loading up this. We're fine. Guardian approaching in 10 waves. I think we're doing pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Now, you might need to think about graphite production right now. Yeah, it is true that I take my graphite from the core. And that is kind of an issue. We're actually going to put our router here. And... honestly, that's fine. Another router. There. I know it's basically the exact same stuff, but at least we can split it up a little quicker. Yeah, graphite production. Put your minkies at a secure place unless you want them to chase down your enemy. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it. Their main objective is to stop ships that might try to cross... pretty much all the ships just go this way, so it should be okay. But yeah, I can definitely put some repair points here. Just go with a big node. Graphite. So, graphite needs just coal. Okay. So, There's no need to pause this. We can just run a whole bunch of these. Whoop, and whoop, and whoop, and whoop, and... Sure, you probably want to go onto the line too. That's fine. Everybody gets to go onto the coal line. And all of you get to go onto the coal line. Coal line for everybody. I can't remember if the press needs power. Okay, the press does not need any power. So we can just run a distributor and then build a bunch of graphite presses. That should be fine. And then we just have everybody run into the graphite press. And then everybody output from the graphite press. There we go. And build the output line. Very good. And honestly, getting past this section is going to be a bit difficult. But we should be okay. There we go. Cool. There's metaglass on my line. Right. Because what we need here is a junction. Perfect. You overlap your metaglass line. Yes. I did catch that. Make sure there's nothing here that needs to be rebuilt. You can just put the line near the drill and the drill will automatically give the coal into it. So we've got plenty of production running now. That's good. I am curious. Is the number of units you can build per factory, or is it universal? I mean, actually, I guess there's no reason that would say it. It's the additive factory that's judging this. Okay. So this one says it doesn't have anything. Got it. Per core. Alright, who's coming to stop me now? You guys are having a rough day. I genuinely worry that the Guardian might be a flyer. So just in case, the Guardian is the naval one. Ah, interesting. Resource income checked, unit creation checked, power should be okay. Not the flying like in Crater. Excellent. Well, if it's going to be a naval guardian, I think I'm going to be okay. Wall off river entrance on the right side. I don't have the ability to do that. Okay. This is a naval access here. And this will let me build... Okay. This will let me build all the way to the wall. We're going to have a huge barrier in place to make sure that the only possible path a naval unit can take to my core is to go straight through the Minkies. And then, since I'm running such a good surplus of power, I can also reinforce the... I can basically just create an obscenely powerful killing corridor that the Guardian will be forced to move into. So that's going to be the plan. It's going to take a few minutes. But we're going to make it work. If you're going to put more power turrets, get more batteries because they take a lot of power. Don't worry. I'll definitely put more. But first I have to build the Great Sea Barrier. This is actually a very important infrastructure project. It protects against tsunamis in this, what I can only assume is 10-foot deep water. This is the most exciting Mindustry gameplay I've ever seen. Possibly because I have never watched anyone but me play Mindustry. Yes, yes, I know the Guardian is approaching. It's gonna be fine. Okay. The Great Seawall has been completed. We are running a surplus of over 850 power per second. But we are also going to build more batteries. There we go. Okay. So we now have a guaranteed killing corridor. Actually, this is potentially a path. Now do the American-Mexico Great Walls next because they need it. I do not believe so. It's completely ineffectual as a barrier system. Okay, we have built a guaranteed killing corridor. So now we are going to line the entire thing with Lancers. And then throw out a few Mind projectors and a couple large power nodes. One of your Minkies is not full HP. Thank you. You seem to be having some slight issues with my scattershot defenses. And just in case the boss is particularly big... Yeah, we're going to take out 2 of those. And we're actually going to upgrade all of this into titanium walls. There we go. Alright, so here it is. This is the killing corridor that is going to, realistically, kill the boss in probably less than 4 seconds. Like, this is absurd. Let's actually not build those 2. I want to make sure that there's enough room for a large naval unit to get through here. Okay, the Great Barrier is complete. We really don't need these walls anymore. That's literally enough room for the big guy. Glad to hear it. Add a wave turret. Water and electricity. Oh, right. A wave turret. That's a good idea. Let's see. Wave turret. That is a very good plan. Where the hell am I going to put it? Let's put it here. And then just a handful of mechanical pumps. And some conduits. Minkies can attack air, but only the guns, not the mortar. Ah, okay. Thank you. The description of the Minkies was not clear on that point. It's actually really annoying that it doesn't specify what can and can't attack air. So I've always been a little unclear on that. Maybe add like a line of wave. I can do that. Well, no, I don't want to because I still want to make sure that there's room here. But I can take out this one and have a wave here. That'll at least give me a pair of waves. But I really don't think I can put more here without risking making this area impassable for a large enemy. And I don't know how big the Guardian's going to be. If it can't get through, it might actually try to go for the Great Wall. And that's going to severely limit my capacity to deal with it. Not bad! This is actually going pretty well. Now what I think I will do is finally do a little bit of repair over here. And I gotta say, it is still spectacularly stupid to me. Okay. Well, I don't have any thorium, so I despise. I truly, truly despise the way. Oh God, no! Stop! 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 Rebuild the walls immediately. I despise the way it puts stuff like this on stages and has it not even be possible to utilize it. And even if you can repair it, so let me show you something. This is something that I learned that I thought was interesting. If I press F1 over a piece of technology that I can use, it tells me the information about it. But if I press it over something I haven't unlocked, it won't show me anything. So even if getting this plastanium compressor to somehow work would have been a vitally helpful thing to do on this stage, unless I look for an external source of information like the wiki or something, I literally have no way of knowing what it needs to function. And I truly think that is one of the remarkably stupidest design choices in this game. I do not understand it. If you are not going to make it possible to access that kind of information, then don't put it there. It's useless. Don't have it be like a repairable thing. Just have it be like a block that says derelict and nothing else, and you can't even repair it. I truly do not understand that design choice in this game. In version 8, repairing derelict buildings using B needs to be researched first. See, that's a little better if you just straight up can't repair them at all. That is a little bit better. But it's also really good to hear that stuff you have researched you can just be in order to fix. Oh, okay. Apparently I had something broken. I don't know what. We're doing pretty good with our production. There's a feature open about it on Git of the game to add info and tutorial helps. I think one of the most challenging aspects of game design is technical writing. Actually getting information out in ways that people can understand. Okay, Minkies, engage. The Guardian was dead in less than 4 seconds. Just like I predicted. And I did not lose a single Minky. Also, you don't need sand for building. It's only used for factories. That's good to know. Thank you for telling me that. Let's see what we can research. A Retusa fires homing torpedoes at enemy targets. That sounds useful. We can get pulse conduits. Ooh, okay. Rotary pump. Ooh, that sounds fun. Impulse pump. That sounds fun. Plastanium compressor. Alright, we now will be able to access plastanium. The impact reactor, now have access to that. And the meltdown, we've still got a long way to go before we access the meltdown. Not bad. Okay. So we can now make plastanium. Plastanium requires oil and titanium. So let's get our first plastanium set up before we stop for the day. So the only way I can produce oil on this stage is through the cultivators, which really don't have anywhere where they can operate at real high efficiency. But that's okay. Mostly they just need a bunch of water. Water and power. So we'll just build a giant line of them. And then a whole bunch of pumps. This is exceedingly inefficient. There's no way I can route water to all of these things. But I can try. Okay. Time to do something a little bit wild. No, okay. The ones on the furthest ends connect here. The next closest connect here. The next closest connect here. Then this connects here. This connects here. This connects here. And this connects here. Okay. And let's do it all again. That goes here, this goes there, this goes here, that goes there, this goes here, that goes there, this goes here. This man needs a tutorial. I could make it more efficient. Of that, I completely know and admit and understand. Letting it be a large open process to start with, though, gives me an easier way of visualizing it so that if my designs are incorrect or need any adjustment, it's easier for me to spot that very quickly. That is why when I'm starting to learn a new technology, I always build it in a very wide open and inefficient way. Alright, so this has to go into the spore press, which outputs oil. So I need a distributor running into spore presses. And we're just going to build like 7 of them. Since 7 is the max number of outputs for the distributor. There we go. Do these need power? Do the spore presses need power? Yes, spore presses need power. Okay. And then we need conduits running off of all of these. And then those can run into the plastanium compressor, which also needs titanium. But because I don't know how efficient or inefficient this is going to be, we're going to future-proof it a bit. Put down the plastanium compressor. Build the large power node. And we are going to need titanium. All right. So we are going to adjust this line to instead bring titanium over here. Cool. And then that will output some plastanium, which we'll just put on the copper line. Cool. Okay, oil is getting filled up. Very good, very good. Alright. That's running okay. We have now unlocked plastanium. So with the plastanium, let's see what new research becomes available. Also put water into those titanium drills so you can make more plastanium. First, let's take a look at what we can unlock. Swarmers fire homing missiles at enemies. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Repair turrets. Continuously repairs the closest damage units in its vicinity. Optionally accepts coolant. Battery diode. Moves battery power in one direction, but only if the other side has less power stored. Probably not going to be using that. Disassembler. Separates slag into trace amounts of exotic mineral components at low efficiency. Oh! Oh! So this is like an alternate version of the separator to produce different things. Interesting. Silicon crucible. Refined silicon from sand and coal using pyrrhotite as an additional heat source. More efficient in hot locations. Plated conduit. Move liquids forward. Does not accept input from the sides. Does not leak. And armored conveyor. Moves items forward. Does not accept non-conveyor inputs from the side. Interesting. Okay. So we have our first bits of plastanium. That is really cool. Alright. So let's go ahead and get these drills more efficient. Because I am going to be idling on this stage for a fair bit of time, I think, after this episode. Just to make sure that I collect enough material. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Alright. So we definitely are producing more oil than we are using. No surprise there. We're going to build a distributor all the way out here. And we're going to build more plastanium stuff. Build that, build that, build that, build that. Distributing into it, though, that is going to be a challenge. Okay. Alright. There we go. So you go that way, and that way. And then you distribute into here, you distribute into here. You distribute into here. And then you distribute into here. Now, how the hell do I output from this monstrosity? That is the real question. Okay. So, obviously not like that. I think you're going to be better off outputting the other side. There we go. So, output there, output there. You need to output here. You need to output here. Okay. You need to output here. And then this area is a mess right now. Okay. So this is the line that needs to feed into there. This line needs to feed here. The plastanium needs to output here. And then this line needs to feed into here. And I think that will have every one of them working. No, it does not. I don't know how you all got on the line. Okay. Cool. Alright, so you are outputting. You are outputting. And you are outputting. The junction blocking that one plastanium conveyor. Okay. Alright. I am seeing every single one of them flashing okay, why is this one not outputting? That's what I don't understand. Oh, that one needs output. Oh, okay. Thank you. Alright, now every single one of them is able to go green. So we are successfully producing plastanium at a pretty decent rate. Everything's feeding in pretty well. Question about the monos. How do I make a mono mine something else? This is the one thing I haven't quite been able to figure out with the monos. Because they can automatically mine copper and lead. But they seem to just do whatever they feel like. I don't know how to actually control them. Like, could I tell them to, say, go to this copper area? They mine the lower one of lead and copper. Oh! Okay, thank you. I had no idea that they actually had that kind of automatic logic installed in them. Thank you very, very, very much for that information. I was really confused by those things. So we now have a spot that is producing plastanium. Let's check how Sector 173 is doing. Let's just go ahead and spawn the next attack wave. How well do my defenses hold up after all this time? Let's find out. Oh god, that's actually horrifying. Huh. Sector 173 lives another day. You know, until like 10 minutes from now when it decides to get attacked again. So yeah, we are pretty good. I think we're okay for now. Is there anything particularly useful I can get with just the plastanium I have now? Yeah. Plastinium conveyor transports items forward in batches, accepts items at the back, and unloads them in 3 directions at the front. Requires multiple loading and unloading through points. Interesting. We can also get these plated conduits. Those are nice and cheap. Anything else nice and cheap? Diode. Surge tower. A long-range power node with fewer available connections. That's interesting. I think... Oh, no. Plastanium walls. Yeah, you know what? I think I know... I think I know the perfect way to end today's stream. Last time I checked, like, that wave was so high, a T5 spawned. Look at the T2 monos for future sectors. The polys. Automatically rebuilds destroyed structures and assists other units in construction. Automatically repairs damaged structures capable of carrying blocks and small ground units. Yes, I can see why the poly would be useful. So now that that sector is safe, let's head back to the Windswept Islands. And we are actually going to do something really fun and really interesting to close out today's episode. And I think you're all really, really going to like it. But first I need a little more plastanium. There we go. 600 for large plastanium walls. So in order to close out today's episode, I am going to create a monument out of plastanium. And I think that you'll all be able to agree that it's really, really, really impressive and is a true monument to what we can achieve when we work together as a civilization and a culture. And with the construction of the Great Plastic Penis, I think we can all agree that this has come to a well-deserved end. Oh yeah, I guess this could be a creeper. Hold on. Alright. This is no longer a penis. This is a creeper. And And with the construction of the great plastic, definitely not a penis, I think we can all agree that this has been a truly wonderful episode of Mindustry. I look forward to playing again. I look forward to seeing what the next levels to do will be. What is like the next major thing that's going to unlock a lot of stuff? Looks like Fungal Pass might be the next place I go. It seems like a fairly low tier level. I can probably knock that one out without too much trouble. I might just do that one as a regular episode, since it seems to be a few tiers below the levels I'm currently working on. Thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. And as soon as the great plastic, definitely not a penis, is done, I will make the noise to summon the end of stream. We just gotta wait a bit. Our creeper needs a nose. There! I think he's rather dapper. And now let's make the noise to summon the end of the stream.